Hi everyone, it's Suey, and today I'm going to do a full-length book review on Lessons in Chemistry by Garmus. I just finished this one today, this morning. We'll be discussing it next week at book club, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. I think this one's going to create quite the awesome discussion, actually. Quick summary, it's about a girl, her name is Elizabeth, living in the 50s, and she wants to be a chemist. She is a chemist. She goes to school, she's trying to get her doctorate. She ends up being sexually abused there and is not able to finish because she gets kicked out because nobody believes her and there's like nothing she can do about it. It opens up with that frustrating story right off the bat, pretty much. Anyway, and then she ends up getting hired at a company where she is supposedly working on the thing that she wants to do as a chemist, but she has all these obstacles in her way. The boss is terrible and thinks of her as somebody who can't do any of the things that she's wanting to do. There's a guy who also works there. His name is Calvin, and they have a fun meet cute, basically. They end up together, and so then it has this bit of a romantic element too that I thought was great. The reason she can even tolerate him is that he has the same ideas she does, and that is that it's okay for a woman to want to be a chemist, and it's okay if she doesn't want to get married, and a lot of ideas that were really, really crazy in the 50s regarding women and the workplace and all kinds of other issues of that sort. I don't think I want to give spoilers in this review, but it goes on to talk about what happens with them and kind of her story for the next few years. And she ends up working as a TV host for a cooking show, but she turns it into more of a chemistry show, and everybody thinks that she's crazy. The guy that gets her to do this thinks that she's crazy, but then they realize that everybody's loving it, and it turns out that it's not even a chemistry show, it's more of a self-help thing for the wives of America, where they realize that they can do what they want to do, and they don't need to be pigeonholed into a particular role. So it wakes them up, is basically what this show does. So yeah, those are the issues that it tackles, and I loved it. I will be giving it 5 stars on Goodreads, mostly because I love these characters. I love the writing style. It was very easily read, and it wasn't a subtle message at all. This was a very strong message that the author was trying to get across. And usually I don't like those kind of books. They kind of make me crazy, but I enjoyed the way this one was done. It was done in a kind of a lighthearted, funny way, but also very serious at the same time. So I thought it was awesome. At the same time, I also fight against this a little bit. So, meaning, my idea is that if a woman wants to be a mom, then that should not be looked down on. And these kinds of books where they talk about the tragic plight of women, I feel like they themselves degrade against that choice that a lot of women make. So I feel like we should remember that the bottom line is that women should be able to do whatever they choose to do. If they choose to be a mom, we should not look down on that. If they choose to be a mom / homemaker, stay-at-home mom. And this has been a struggle, I think, for all these years, not just 50s and 60s. Probably the reason this book is so popular is because it's still a timely issue, right? I get a little bugged when the point or the message seems like they're saying it's a bad choice if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, and that it's a degrading thing to do. That is something I really, really, really wish would leave the narrative here. So I feel like this book still kind of not necessarily says that, but it does put down that choice, I feel like. So that's my only issue with it. But I still give it 5 stars because I think it's great, and I agree with everything, but I just want to make sure that people understand that that's really what we got to make sure and do, is that the people have choices, and they can do whatever they feel is perfect for them. I feel like we could have a pretty good discussion about that at book club, so I will let you know how that goes. This book has a dog character called 630 that is awesome. He's very, very smart. We get in his head a lot. He learns a lot of words. He is more observant about what's going on with the humans than the humans are themselves, and it's really awesome. Yeah, I think that's one of the other reasons this book is so popular, is just because of that fun dog character. And also, it's a found family trope, which I really, really enjoyed. It seems like Elizabeth has no one, but she really ends up with quite an awesome crowd of people around her, which is always a rah-rah thing for me, and so heartwarming. Yeah, so I just love that. But those are my thoughts on this book. I would love to know what you guys think. If you've read it, let me know in the comments so we can have a little banter, a little book banter about lessons in chemistry. Until next time, happy reading.